Uh oh. Guys, I don't want you in the sun. We'll come around this way. I don't want you guys in the sun. It's kind of hot. I'll come around this way. Hi, sweetheart. I'm just moving around. I'm going to stay away from you. I'm just going to come around here so you guys aren't in the sun. Because I like you guys. Sorry about that. Sorry. I didn't mean to scare you or anything. I just want to make sure that you're not in the sun because it's really hot. Sorry about that. There we go. So there's nobody in the picture. I'm trying to not get anybody in the picture. Just take the ducks. I'm trying not to get anybody in the picture for you guys. So just hang in there. We have these little geeseling that are at the lake. So you see them all? Aren't they cute? Aren't the geeselings cute? You see them? They're coming over. I tried. They were out in the sun, so I made it so. And I'm just gonna pivot around a little bit so we're not in the sun at all. So if the picture's a little blurry, sorry about that. Or shaky. And then we'll come over here. I'm turning it around so you can see all the geeslings and the mamas and the babies. See, they're right there. I don't want them in the sun too hot because then it'll make them too hot. And it's probably their resting time. They're still little babies. So we want them to be nice and happy and healthy. It's a very blessing to have Canadian honkers. How we actually got them was one year. I don't know. Somehow a couple of them stayed, and sorry about that. And they had babies this in the summertime, and then all of a sudden, look, we got like flocks and flocks and flocks of them. So it took about 3 or 4 years for that to happen, but now we got a lot of Canadian honkers that stay here at the lake, which they usually go, of course, you guys know, south. But these somehow, I guess the Lord blessed our lake with Canadian honkers, and they decided to stay. And so now we got lots and lots of flocks, and these are one batch of the babies. There's like tons and tons of flocks all over the place. And I have one, if you wanted to, on the long, I have one where they're little baby ones. If you wanted to go over to the long ones and take a look at that, I have a picture of that for like 20 minutes over there, 21 minutes. And so you can, and then I'm now going to just pivot over here so you can see the little guys. See them? Isn't that cool? Aren't they so sweet? They're eating right now, and they're probably going to rest. They started out really tiny, and these ones have really grown big. These were the batch that I took a picture of. They grow really fast. There's their mama and daddy. There's the other flock over here that's going to the lake so they can cool off a little bit. So you're going to get to see it. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see. I don't want to scare them or anything, so I'm going to pivot over here. We're going to see the little ones over here. These are little guys. That's the mama. I think that might be the daddy. And look how many little ones they have. And they're going down the hill. I'm going to zoom in a little more for you guys. It's a little shaky. Sorry about that. There's a lot of wind. A little vibration. Let's see if we can't take a look. There they are. There are some other ones over here. Let me see. I want to make sure I got the tree. Do I have the tree over there? Ah, there we go. There's the other ones there. These are a little older ones. But you're going to get to see the smaller ones that are going right towards the water too. Just hang in there. Do you see them right there? I'll zoom in a little more. I think that's the max I can zoom in. Sorry about it being shaky. I think they're all going towards the lake. Let me make sure I can get to the tree. Hold on. I better zoom out. I apologize. Just hang on there. Hang in there. Let me make sure I get to the tree. There we go. This is it right here. This is a batch right there of the geese. They're a little bit older. The other ones are already starting to go down into the lake to cool off. Do you see them? It's really warm right now. So I think let me see if I can. I can't zoom in any further. Let me see if I can. Sorry about it being shaky. Those are the little guys, and they're still eating a little bit. There they are, and then they're coming down. Let me see if I can't come down a little further. Oops, sorry about that. If I can't come down a little further, I'm going to zoom out. It's going to be a little shaky for just a moment. Let me see if I can't come down a little further and get some pictures of these guys. Just a little bit. It's a little bumpy. Sorry about that. But I just want to be able to get it for you guys. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you guys can see them. Let me zoom out a little more. Oops, too far. Just zoom in right about there. Now I'm going to put the stand down, the tripod down. And oops, I think I'm on a little angle. I hope it's straight for you guys. I apologize if it's not. Let me see. Just zoom in just a little bit. We're trying to get all of them. Whoa, look over there. We're gonna come just down a tiny bit more over here, and then we might even be able to pivot and see a bigger batch of them right here. Let me see if I can get in a better position so I can look down and see the whole flock. Let me zoom back out just a little bit. I don't want to get too close because then that makes them feel a little not, it doesn't make them feel safe, and we want them to feel safe, don't we? Okay, let's see if we can't go in. Those are some of the babies right there. You see them? They're resting. There they are. Aren't they so cute? They're like the sweetest of sweets. Let me see if we can just go there. This is an older batch of them. So we're gonna now pivot over here and come down over here a little bit. We're just gonna gently come down here, and then we'll zoom in right here. Oops, zoom in. Oh, sorry about it being shaky. I'll just try to. I'm gonna try to pivot it right. It's a little bit. Oops, sorry about that. There we go. Trying to hold it because I'm on a hill, so that I'm not too close, but I can get the right angle for you guys. So if it's shaky, I apologize. And then now we're just going to pivot over here gently. There's a whole big batch of them over there. You see that? Those are older ones that have matured from the small ones down to bigger ones. So you're going to get to see different levels of ages of geese. Of course, Canadian honkers, which are very rare. So yeah, hey, how you guys doing? Okay, I think, let me see if I can, oh, there they are. Beautiful. Then I'm just going to gently turn it over here. There's another batch right over there. Let me zoom in. Let me zoom in a little bit. Let me zoom in back here just a tiny bit. Unzoom. And let's just reposition it. Uh-oh. I don't want to make the daddy feel uncomfortable. I'm just moving. Hold on. Got to get repositioned. Let's see if we can't zoom in. There they are. I'm just walking. So if it's a little bumpy, I'm trying to stay away so I don't make the mommy and daddy feel uncomfortable. So if it's a little bumpy, I apologize, or shaky. It's just I want to be able to get in a good spot so I don't make the mommy and daddy geese feel uncomfortable. So then we can take a picture of the little babies. Yeah, aren't they so cute? You gotta love them. There's so many. Look at that. Yeah, we don't want to make them feel any uncomfortable or anything. Okay, I'm probably going to I'm going to cut it off right here. I appreciate everybody, viewing and stuff. I love sharing the geese because of how different ages they are. And so I appreciate that. We had a 12-minute stream, and I'm going to call it right here. Thank you, everybody, and bye-bye.